Hi, this is Dave Halberstadt, and I wanted to do a video on Module 7 that starts tomorrow, May 23rd. Module 7 is about total compensation and how the objectives for compensation can vary from from organization to organization. And the additional chapter, which is chapter 11, is about performance-based pay. In other words, styling your compensation based on how well you perform your job. Some call it merit pay. I prefer to call it performance pay because it's a better term. I think it's more descriptive of what the concept really means. There are two discussion board questions based on the reading in chapters 10 and 11. There's also I think it's a video called Employee Compensation and Competitive. I've seen it and it's worth watching. And of course, there's a practice test at the end of Module 7, which I urge you to take as good practice for the final exam, which is in week 10. I also want you to start working on your second written assignment. It is a critical analysis of a peer-reviewed journal article less than 3 years old. In other words, your article cannot be more than 3 years old. What I would recommend you do, and the syllabus has the same information, is to take a topic of HR like compensation, performance evaluations, employee accountability, benefits, anything that we've talked about and covered so far in the course, and find an article on that subject, a peer-reviewed journal article. You use the CityU library, they can help you with that. And then write a paper about what the article says and how your personal experience with that subject area has worked out. In other words, if you've had personal experience with, for example, performance evaluations, and that's of interest to you, find an article of less than 3 years old on performance evaluations, and write a critical analysis. In other words, what I want you to do in the paper is just explain what the article is saying about, for example, performance evaluation, and what has been your experience with that subject, both on the job and from other perspectives that you may have with your experience with that area. This critical analysis paper is due by midnight on June 12th, which is the end of the 9th week. The course is over with on June 17th, so June 13th is the beginning of the 10th week, in which we have the final exam as the major focus for that week. So I think that's about it. Please get your work in. If you get it to me beyond the week, for example, a week from tomorrow, which is the beginning of the 8th module week, it's going to be a 0 unless I've given you an extension. So please make sure you get your work in. Wednesday is the deadline for the postings, and Friday for your peer responses. I think that's about it. I hope everything's going well for you. Please contact me if you have any questions or anything I can help you with. I hope you're having a great week.